folks, welcome to Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida, where we sell nothing but fun and adventures, treasure hunting gear, and anything you can imagine for metal detecting. Give us a call, 813-237-1939. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Live from sunny Florida, it's Treasure Talk.
Sweet, we're live again.
We are indeed.
All righty, well, we got an exciting show for tonight, so let me get started. And as always, today's show is brought to you by your friends at Myers Metal Detectors, where we sell fun and adventure. And the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by Treasure Talk members and guests belongs wholly to the members and guests and not necessarily to Phil Myers, Jocelyn Myers, Myers Metal Detectors, or Jeff Monin. And of course, the purpose of Treasure Talk is to promote the hobby of metal detecting and treasure hunting and to educate our members in a fun, informative manner. And hopefully we do a good job at that.
Well, I have been told that we do and have been, so we are going to strive to continue doing that.
Absolutely. And for those who see what we're wearing tonight, we've got our Tarsacci hat, and I did get another haircut, so let the comments fly on that.
That's right. He got every one of them cut once.
Have to do it a couple times a year. All right, and we've got our cool Tarsacci shirts on, so people will know who's in the house.
That's right. And, as they know, it's that's the giveaway tonight is a Tarsacci shirt and a cap. We're giving away a bunch of them because Demeter's he's a kind person.
Yes, he
and
is.
very generous person. So, yeah, I was told down at we were, as you know, we were on the Treasure Coast this last weekend, and we went over to Mel Fisher's museum for a thing that they were having with Terry Shannon and Captain Fizz over there. And we were greeted very warmly and by a number of people that said they really enjoy the show and that they are learning a lot and having a good time. So that made us feel good.
Absolutely.
So we have now something, guys, on Facebook specifically, right above, the picture, you'll see it says, I'm streaming live on StreamYard. If you will click that, all that does is give them permission to use your name on Facebook. So in the chat, I can see who's on Facebook. It just doesn't say Facebook user. And that just helps me identify people, and it helped Jocelyn identify people as well, because Jocelyn's monitoring Facebook, thank God. And so it just helps us identify who is who.
Jeff, I'm looking on Facebook right now, and I don't see it. Are you sure we are live on there?
Yep, I'm seeing, I'm seeing Gary Gross is watching. Scott Dahl is watching. There's another Facebook user. So
you don't have to worry about it, Josh. Okay. I think we've already done that.
Okay. And so, we are rocking and socking.
Awesome. Well, great.
So what do you think? You think it's about time to bring Demeter on?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, guys, so we got a great show. You've seen him before. Got a great detector. And Phil can attest to that. He is using one.
Yes.
I was going to borrow it and take it to the Treasure Coast, but he turned me down because he wanted to go hunting. So, what are you going to do in a situation like that when your best friend in the world says no?
He did. That's not true.
That's not true. I would have let you use it. Yeah, I did catch a real nice low tide with it, though.
Well, that's what you were saying. So that's good. I was just kidding. He knows I'm kidding.
Yeah.
He knows.
So anyways, let's go ahead and let's bring a Demeter on, and we'll get right into things. So we got a hot rockin' sockin' show tonight. So here from Tarsacci, which means seeker, is Demeter Gargov. There we go.
Hello, everyone.
Let's see. Let's adjust this a little bit. Not that way. There we go.
There we go. That looks good.
There he is.
Hey, Demeter, how you doing?
Great. It's pleasure for me to be on the show again, and it's nice to talk with the all customers.
Yeah.
And it's a fun hobby,
Yes.
and the most important is I enjoy it as well. And every single moment when I have a free time, I'm going detecting. And
Absolutely.
it's not the question if we find or not; it's the question to be outside and detect.
Yes, to get out there and search. And that's a good name for your company. Tarsacci means searcher in Bulgaria, right?
It means the seeker.
The seeker.
The
Yeah.
secret.
Okay. Well, you're out there seeking. So now, for the folks who don't know, Demeter is based in California, correct?
Yes, the company is based in Central Valley, California.
Okay. And you just got back from Antigua.
Yeah,
So
and we had a great time. We had fun. Some metal detecting on the beach, which was very convenient.
did you
Nice
find,
warm water.
yes, real warm water. So did you find any treasure? That's what we want to know.
It kind of, not gold, but a lot of coins, deep coins, tokens,
Mhm.
and usually when the people are going to the resorts, they don't wear so much gold, and this means the possibility something to be lost is very low. But I had a great time, especially early in the morning between 6 and 8. I spent pretty much every day on the beach detecting, and I had a great time there. And the best part, it's easy to dig. It's a nice Florida type of sand,
Yeah,
and it's easy to go deep with the sand scoop.
absolutely.
Now,
I,
you were using a Tarsacci detector, weren't you?
Uh, I think so.
he better been.
I was not so sure, but
Well, I just thought I better throw that one out there, Demeter.
For the folks who don't know, Demeter makes a Tarsacci MDT 8000, and of course we have it in stock in the shop with both the we have one left, I think, with the just a single smaller coil, and that's what is it, 9 by
11 by 9.
11 by 9. Okay, and then we stock it in the 12-inch version and in both coils. And I started with the single coil version, the 11 by 9, and now I've put in the 12-inch coil on it, and it goes extremely deep. And I was telling Jeff earlier before the show started that it's the one detector that I've walked away from more targets because they're just there's no way to get that deep with the sand scoop in the water. It just keeps filling in on you. So uh, that can be both good and bad, but it goes incredibly deep on coins and jewelry. And I know from personal experience, and it's rather easy to use too and set up. I just got with a couple guys who are in my area, and they told me the settings to set it at, and it just runs nice and smooth on salt. So this technology, there's a big deal now. Everybody's going to multi-frequency VLF. Your technology is different. Why don't you explain to folks what it is?
This is not a multi-frequency. It's not the PI. It's not a VLF. It's a technology which we can look at a combination of all three together and take advantage of the PIs to go deep and the advantage of the VLF and the multi-frequency to be able to identify the targets. And combining all this technology together, this is all. This is how the MDT was created. It's a mixed domain technology, and it's a Tarsacci patented technology. It's almost a year once when the patent was issued. And if someone likes to go in more deep details, the patent is available online, and they can search and they can read it in more deep technical details. But what this technology gives to the end customers, it's nice, quiet operation, and pretty much every ground condition. If you start from the low mineralized to the high mineralized soil, and the detector is able to handle all these ground conditions. It works exceptionally well in fertilized soil. It works in the salt environment. There's a lot of hot rocks which they have high copper or aluminum contents, and this is where the salinity balance comes in place, minimize the influence of these metals in the rocks, and this way the detector will be able to see through them and detect the targets behind the rocks with the correct ID. One good example is the coke in England. It's a lot of volcanic rocks. They have this type of materials, and the detector actually sees through these rocks. And it also works exceptionally well in the red clay. And in fact, I just had a customer. She finished some hunt in Virginia last week. And what she's saying, the detector finds so much brass targets, which are missed by other detectors. And I'm talking about coal paper red dirt.
Yeah, I used a PI in Culpeper, and it went extremely deep, but it went extremely deep for nails and targets that you don't want to dig. So that's what I like most about the Tarsacci is you've got the target ID, which gives you the negative number. And of course, I'm not in Culpeper now, but I'm here in Tampa, Florida. So if I'm on the beach and it's a negative number, then it's a bobby pin or a fish hook or a piece of rusty crab wire, whatnot. I can just skip over it, keep going. That's that, and it's extremely deep. So I guess when I got started doing this hobby like almost 40 years ago, I was using a pulse because they were cheap and they went really deep compared to the other detectors. And I always said that the pulse is a young man's detector because you're going to dig a lot and you're going to dig deep. And the Tarsacci gives you that target ID negative number, so you don't have to do all of that. It makes it where you can use it and dig deep targets that aren't iron. So it's a really cool feature. Did you have something to add, Jeff?
No, I just wish I had got to use the Tarsacci. Being
Which
as deep as it is, it would have been nice. We were down on the Treasure Coast, Demeter, and it was bad sanded in. I mean, we saw somebody was digging a new footings for a stairway down to the beach,
Mhm.
and they were down probably 8 or 9 feet and still were in the replenished sand.
Oh,
So there's
gee,
a lot of sand on there. I could have used a real deep detector.
yeah. Well,
8 feet for a coin, it's kind of deep. I don't think anything can detect that deep.
yes, yeah, it's impressive which pulses are, and yours mixed domain. I guess it's like a hybrid of them, and they're just as deep. And having the target ID numbers is really nice too. So
And
Jeff,
other advantage of this technology is, let's say, in these days, you see varieties of pulse induction, which they say they have the iron discrimination. And of course, it's not a pure iron discrimination, it's a breaking point around the zinc targets. And the problem with that is when you go and when you detect, you're actually missing these targets because the detector is simply not sensitive to this type of targets. And also the PIs doesn't have a very good sensitivity to high conductors like a silver coins, which is uh, disadvantage. But Tarsacci actually has a very good sensitivity to a broad band of targets, starting from the low conductors to the high conductors. And doesn't matter you're in the lower to the high frequency, the sensitivity is pretty much the same. And even with the lower frequency, which is 6.4 kilohertz, the detector still detects small, tiny brass pieces. And the you never will miss that targets, this type
yeah,
of targets.
yeah, I think I was using the 9 kilohertz on the beach. Was that the right frequency to use?
Yes, the 6.4 and 9 are very good frequencies if you go in and out of the water. if you're detecting in the, let's say in the wet slopes up to the splash zone, you can use 18 kilohertz. And 18 kilohertz will give you better sensitivity to very small, tiny gold jewelries. Let's say the earrings, open rings, and stuff like that, which are hard to be detected with lower frequencies.
Oh,
But
okay.
the disadvantage of using in the 18 kilohertz, it's once you're into the water, the detector will become a little bit chatty, and you have to reduce the sensitivity, and in order to stabilize the detector, and then you're going to the same sensitivity if you have 9 kilohertz and the higher sensitivity to the small targets, and it's a trade-off. But I would say for the beach, if you're after the small and upsize rings, 9 kilohertz is best choice. You can go in and out of the water, and at the same time you're preserving the sensitivity to the high conductive silver targets, and at the same time you can detect the low conductor gold targets. It's
Okay.
probably a better choice for salt water.
All righty. Well, let me get started on some of the questions that we have. And the first one on the list, did you email that list over, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yes, I have them here.
Okay. And the first one is, how long can the detector be submerged at a time and be safe?
Probably the best way to start is to start to explain what is the IP68 rating, and
Yes.
we'll go from there.
Okay.
The IP68 rating, it's for the equipment which can be submerged into the water. And by the standard, what it states, it's better than IP67. But the minimum is 1.5 meters for 30 minutes and still water. And this is the minimum requirement for this IP68 rating. Now, when I design the detector and when the enclosure is designed, I start with this minimum requirement. Of course, the detector is, when it's tested, it will survive double of that time, which is hour, with no problem. But I don't like to advertise this because I know, in fact, a lot of my customers, our customers, they are using the detector in the water for 6 to 7 hours, which is not right. And it's not the question for how long you're keeping the detector under the water. Also, let's say if you take the detector from your car where the temperature is much higher and you dip it into the water, this is called thermoshock. And this is the worst situation for all seals, and this is when the detectors start leaking. And with this IP68 rating, what I provide for the detector, the 1.5 meter to 30 minutes, this is the minimum. I guarantee the detector, if it's taken from the trunk of the car and is dumped into the water, it will survive.
Okay.
And but now, if you're chest deep and let's say the control box is submerged around no more than a foot or 2 feet, I would say probably hour or a little bit more with no problems. But again, I'm saying 30 minutes, and this is very conservative rating. And I don't like to push the customers to use it for diving because it's not true underwater detector. The
Right.
enclosure must be done in a different way, and it will not survive in that situation.
Yeah. So what you're saying, and that might be happening with a lot of other units, people taking them out of a hot car and going right into cooler water. That may cause leak issues for other brands of detectors too. Have you seen any of your detectors flooded?
Not really, not really, and because when the detector was designed, I took care for that situation, and how I'm testing it, I'm keeping the detector in the hot California sun, and I'm dumping in the pool. And temperature difference, it's probably, I say, let's say the outside, the detector is heat up to 100, 110 Fahrenheit. And the pool, the water in the pool is around 75 to 80, and this is almost 30, 35 degrees difference, and this is a big shock for the plastic, for seals, for everything. And the detector survived.
Yeah.
And I spent great time working around that issue because I know it's critical. And a lot of time you're in the beach, the detector sits in the sun under the direct sunlight, and the temperature could be 100 degrees Fahrenheit very easy. And you go in the water, and the water is cold water, and this is where the leak starts, if it's not done right. I'm not saying I guarantee probably 90% of the cases, because to say it never will leak, it would be incorrect. Nothing lasts forever.
Right. Yeah, the two guys who are two customers of yours here in Tampa, St. Pete, and I guess a little south, they take theirs out and they're in the water, chest deep, for hours and hours every day or every other day. So they swear by them. And they've not had any issues.
Yes, and I think they have these detectors for almost over 2 years already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have other brands of detectors, and they love their Tarsacci.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, they have other detectors, and they use that one mostly. All right, let me go with some questions that I have here off of Facebook, and the first one is from John David, and he's asking, "Is this machine multi-frequency?" I thought we touched on that, but
No, it's not.
it's not. You do have different frequencies that you can run, but you're using the mixed domain technology, so it's not a VLF and it's not a pulse.
No, it's not. It's mixed between, and the frequencies are for reason there. And let's say with the 6.4, the detector has a relatively higher sensitivity to high conductor targets like silver. And going to the higher frequency, which is the 18 kilohertz for that model, it has a better sensitivity, relatively higher sensitivity to small, low conductive targets like gold jewelries, nuggets, because this detector can be used for nugget hunting as a gold detector as well. There is no problem with that. It's a multi-purpose detector.
Absolutely. So if they were going out west gold prospecting, they'd want to be running the 18 kilohertz. And if you were coin shooting or relic hunting, it'd be better to run the lower frequency, the 6 then.
That's correct. That's correct. And especially in the parks, and if you go for, let's say, ghost towns, and I would suggest to go to the lower frequency. But again, it depends on the type of the target what you're after.
That you're looking for. Absolutely. Hey, what was the question you got, Joss?
Well, Phil is saying you look all cleaned up. I think it's the shirt and hat.
Oh yeah, the shirt and a hat makes me look good, and I did get a haircut, folks. But
Well, show them your haircut because they always want to see your haircut.
Yeah, they got to make fun of me a little bit. I get them now probably once every 6 months, so it gets looking a little ratty. So
The comments that I'm seeing off YouTube are from females, and they're not making fun of you.
Okay.
Hey, watch that.
The wife is real happy about that. All righty. And
Michael wants to know where your guest is from.
okay, Demeter, they want to know where you are from. Where were you born at?
I'm from Bulgaria. It's
Bulgaria.
Eastern Europe.
Yes, Eastern Europe. And he lives in California.
Is that where my dad's from?
No, your
Hungary.
dad's from Hungary. It's close, but not the same country.
This means we're relatives, right?
Yeah, we're related. All of us are.
Hungarian.
All righty. So, but is Demeter's company is based in California, and that's where you manufacture everything then, correct?
Yeah, everything is done in California. Design, manufacturing, everything is here.
Yeah, and
Yes,
you had
that's
worked
right.
for another metal detector company before you started your own, correct?
Yes, I worked for almost 7 years.
Oh, okay, cool.
7.
All righty.
Yeah.
Well, let me keep going on my list here. I guess John David is asking, where are your videos? Do you have videos on YouTube, the Tarsacci?
No, I don't make videos, but there is a lot of videos from the end customers, and these are real videos. There's no makeup, and whatever they think and whatever they find, they post it. They are not edited. I don't make influence over their decision what to post and what not.
Yeah, so if you want to see some Tarsacci videos, I guess I should start doing some.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I should really. But you can go on YouTube because I've done it and watch some of them. Some of them are in other countries because I guess you sell your products all over the world then.
Yes, I have dealers all over the world, and here maybe you can see a lot of videos done by Aaron. He's
Yeah,
one
Aaron.
of Tarsacci dealers in the East Coast.
Okay.
And in Europe, the videos what you see in the online, they're done by Omnitron, and he's the Tarsacci dealer in Poland. And there's some videos from England. I have dealers in New Zealand, but I guess no one likes to post them for varieties of reasons. I have so many detectors sold in Bulgaria, and no one's like to disclose what they find and what they and how it works
Mhm.
because it creates competition.
Yeah.
We have a question off of YouTube from Shannon Bortner. He wants to know how long your company has been in business.
As Tarsacci, it's the Tarsacci was established back in 2016.
Okay.
2016.
As a designer, I have over 25 plus years designing metal detectors.
Yeah. Well, it's a real nice setup. I really love mine. And I guess off of Facebook, John Brantley had commented that Park Rat Pat, and I think I've seen one or two of his videos, but he raves about his Tarsacci metal detector. Have you watched those, Jeff?
Yeah, I have. I met him. Well, the first time I met Demeter was down in Gainesville.
Yes.
2 years ago. What was it, Demeter?
No, I believe was this. No, last year. No,
Last year.
this year.
Well, I keep losing track of time. But
No, it was this year in February.
yeah,
If,
yeah.
yeah, it was
You're going
this
to be
year in
down there
February.
again, right?
Yes, we're trying right now to attend as many shows we can. Even the plan was to go to the detective hall, but because of the COVID, and we were not sure if we
Yeah.
have to be quarantined for 2 weeks in England, and when we come back, another 2 weeks in the US. And it was not so clear, and this is why we cancel our trip to England this year.
Well, we got another question from Tim, the Mumbles Man Nailer off of YouTube wants to know any other detectors in the works.
Yes, it's a work in progress. Probably the gold detector will be the next one. I'm working on improvement of the existing one, but until the detector is ready, I cannot disclose anything because just to promise something to the customers doesn't make any sense, and just uh, to have high expectations, to set a high expectations, and this is why once the detector it's ready, it will be introduced and they can see it. Everyone can see, and if they like it, if the customers like, they can buy it.
Well, there's always an open invitation, Demeter. Whenever you get a detector ready to debut, you just let me know and we'll set up a show and we'll debut it right here in the show all around the world. And you get to talk about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it
And,
is. The detector you have now is an awesome product. So if you come out with a gold detector specifically for that, I guess that would be a hot item too.
Yeah.
I think the technology is different than anybody else's. So I'm sure you'd sell a bunch of those too.
Does Tiffany C from YouTube wants to know if you make pinpointers?
No, because right now in these days there are a lot of companies which are offering very good pinpointers, and they're in the very reasonable price range, and there is no reason to make just another pinpointer.
Could you tell them where it's videos on?
Yeah, the videos they can find. We're talking about that. Jocelyn So as they keep asking on Facebook, videos are available. Just type in Tarsacci on YouTube, MDT 8000. I'm sure a bunch of them will come up
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
from all over the world.
Like someone said, look up bark rat metal detector.
Yes, and Park Rat metal detecting. Now back to that one, Jeff. Is he based in Daytona or where's he at?
I am not 100% sure, but it's somewhere near there.
Yeah.
It's somewhere near there.
Yes,
I'm sure there are a lot of people that's in the chat tonight and watching the show that probably know him. Great guy.
yes.
Actually, we detect together in this Florida hunt, and he offered me. We share a boat with him, and we chat a lot, and we did today's hunts and this Florida hunt, and we had a great time.
Cool. And Dan Graham had just mentioned that black is slimming on me, so I look thinner. So good color. Anyway, let me get to
Lawnmower Man 219 said you look marvelous. So,
yeah.
I mean, see, Josh, it's equal opportunity there.
Yeah, everybody loves me. All righty. So this is a good question. When will waterproof headphones be available for your detector?
I'm working on this type of headphones, but due to component shortage in these days, the releasing of the waterproof headphones it's postponed. And I found a great waterproof headphones available on Amazon, and people they can order from there, and they can be paired with the detector. And I think I send you some of the solution for
the
that.
link for it, and it's a wired earbud style of headphones that will work. But I had gotten a set from Tony Eisenhower, which seemed to work really well, that he manufactures, and he just puts the same screw-in ending that you have. And folks, if they want a set, just tell them to call him, and he'll take care of them.
Yes.
But you should come out with your own branded headphones for it.
I'm working on that, and the problem is, in these days there are a lot of new technologies available. The bone conducting headphones, they have some positives and some negative sides, and I'm not sure which one will be the best. And of course, and I like the Tarsacci customers to be happy with their purchase and to be satisfied with the product. This is the main goal.
Yeah, and I know folks have taken and used other brands, like we sell the Garrett wireless technology that you just plug in the back of that, and they use that, just run wireless with land headphones. But a lot of our guys like to get into the water, so they're interested in the waterproof models. So put that one on the list of things to do when COVID goes away for sure.
We have another question, Phil, from YouTube from Moose Ninny. He wants to know if there's any software updates in the future.
No, the detector is done in the way which doesn't require a software update. Okay. And the model is fixed, and all bugs are cleaned up over the time. And this is why I'm not offering the software update. And the detector, it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's really good. It's real simple. The display is real easy to understand, and it's pretty much set it and go.
Well, just like you said, Phil, I mean, there's times with a Tarsacci detector, you get tired of digging because it's so dang deep.
Yes, and there's very few detectors that make me do that. So I'm very impressed with the meter.
Maybe in the next model I can reduce the sensitivity, and we will avoid that problem.
Well, I could do that. I could turn the sensitivity way down, but why do that? I'm wanting to dig those deep targets. Let's see. I know I have one question here, which was common. I get this one all the time. Smaller coil.
Yes, it's on the list, and since I'm working on the gold detector, probably they'll share the same shape of coils. But of course, for the coin, it will be a different arrangement internally. Mm-hmm. And I'm listening to the customers what they are saying, and everyone has a different preferences, and I have to equalize and to see
Right.
what makes more sense.
Yeah. Because I know beach hunters, 12, the 9 by 11 by 9 or the 12-inch is perfect for that. But I know coin and relic hunters, I'm sure they'd want like a 5 or a 6-inch or a 5 by 10 coil or something a little smaller. Just easier to do that type of hunting with a smaller coil. I know they won't go as deep, but it's a trade-off when you have just junk everywhere. And I think
Yes.
and I think our country, we just have so much junk in the ground that people have dropped over the last 100 years, especially if you're hunting older sites. A smaller coil absolutely would be a, a quick seller for me, anyway.
Yeah, but this is on the list, and I have to see what makes more sense. And
Absolutely. Yeah, I get that. But I would ask your customers on that because I'm sure the guys who are doing the relic and coin hunting would like a smaller coil. I just know it.
Well,
I'm
yes.
receiving constantly this type of question when the small coil will be available.
And especially too for people who are older, or I mean, it is a light detector to start with, but I just think it's easier with a smaller coil, especially like a lady would use the smaller coil all the time, not even put the big coil on it. All
Well,
right.
especially feel like it's such a deep detector, and when you get in a trashy area, a 9 by 5 would just be killer.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. All righty, and I know the answer to this one already. Is the number 4 on the list was, where does your detector excel, land, beach, or in the water? And I can testify that although I haven't started doing a lot of land hunting with it, I am going to do that. I've been using it at the beach and in the water, and it just does extremely well. And everybody asks me, is it a multi-frequency? Because they're wanting a nice smooth operation. And of course, we know that's not. It's mixed domain, and it still runs perfectly smooth on the salt. The maximum sensitivity is 9, and in the water I run at 7. Out of the water, I run at 8, and just as smooth as can be.
Yeah, and I would say it's a multi-purpose detector. It excels pretty much everywhere, and I have a lot of reports from inland hunters, treasure hunters, or coin hunters, and always have the same feedback.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably maybe Thursday, or no, I got something to do Thursday. Probably this weekend, get a chance to get on some land that I've hit with another detector brand and see if how we do on finding deep targets. Let me see here.
I do want to start giving away some prizes.
Oh
as
yes,
we go along.
Jeff, you said you have a lot of stuff to give away tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Do
we
want to
do.
Want
do-
to start?
Do we want to start early that, or are we going to wait till quarter of?
Oh, I think we may just start now. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let me. Okay, there we go, folks. We got a lot because Demeter is a wonderful fella and he's very generous. So what we're giving away tonight is 10 sets of a cap and a Tarsacci shirt. And this is quality stuff, I'm going to tell you. And you can already
Yeah.
see how good they look because, I'm a homely as a mud fence and I don't look bad in it. And Phil, of course, being,
I'm looking
he's
snap.
movie star quality, he looks great. So, so here's what we're going to do. I've got all the names already picked and some alternates. So what you need to do is you need to text if you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, whatever you want, you can Facebook Messenger, because I'm going to read all 10 names and we're going to go with 5 minutes tonight because we got so many, but you got to text or Facebook Messenger with your name that you are here. And then you must email your information, name, address, phone number, shirt size to treasuretalkshow@gmail.com. I'll get it to Demeter, and then he can get your prize out to you. So that's how we're going to do it. So everybody get your fingers ready, because I got my phone ready for text and messenger, as Phil does. And you see the number scrolling along the bottom of the screen.
Have my phone.
So I am going to read them now. I'm going to read all 10 names. And when you answer, if you are watching, and you have to be watching to win, you tell us who you are so I can cross your name off. Okay? So, number 1, Al Audit, you are a winner. Derek Rogers, you are a winner. Eric Schaefer, you are a winner. Janine DeMar, you are a winner. Eric Cowan, you are a winner. Scott Dahl, you are a winner. Dan Graham, you are a winner. Let's see. I can't even read my own writing.
Uh-oh.
Mark Thomas, you are a winner. Now, Wright, you are a winner. And Bob Bolton, you are a winner. So let me see what we've got here. Scott Dahl, he is in the house. Good, he's okay.
And I got Janine DeMar.
You
Yes,
got
dear.
Janine?
Yeah, she just texted on mine.
Okay, let me see where she's okay. Okay. And Eric Schaefer is here. He's good.
All righty.
And Derek Rogers is good.
And Demeter, if you don't mind, while Jeff is doing that, we're going to continue asking a few questions. And that was somebody here somewhere. What hunts are you planning on attending this year?
We're pretty much in the end of the year, but in the next year, probably the first one will be a Florida hunt. I already received the information about it.
Okay.
And I really like to go to Culpeper, and I believe it's somewhere in April, that time frame.
Okay. Any other hunts you got scheduled besides?
Not yet, but we are wide open, and if something comes out, we can attend these hunts and we can present Tarsacci.
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully, if Jocelyn's knee is done, we might take a trip up to the Florida hunt.
When is it?
It's in. You said it's in April.
Florida, I believe it's in February.
February. Might be. We'll see. We'll have to see. She's scheduled to get her knee surgery the 23rd, which is I think next Thursday. But you know, it's been shut down. She had it scheduled before, but the COVID thing filled up the hospitals, and they stopped it. They canceled it out. So this time, I'm hoping that it just doesn't. We don't get a recurrence of it here in Florida. I know some of the states are getting it bad again.
Yeah.
But hopefully it won't happen here. How we doing, Jeff?
Well, we've got a lot of them. There's been a couple that haven't got in yet, so they may not be here. So
Okay.
I'll give them a couple more minutes, and I'll call the alternates.
We'll call the alternates then. All righty. So let me go back to my list here while we're just chatting. I guess somebody asked, do you sell the backpacks and other accessories separate?
Yes, if someone needs it, it's not the problem. We'll sell to them.
Yeah, of course we can sell the coils, and I guess we could sell the backpacks if they would call me. We'll just holler at you and get you to send it to them, so we can do that, no problem. Let me see here. What other ones do I have on my list? Are you working on new technology, and if so, can you share any info?
Yes, it's probably what I'm trying to improve. It's the target ID capabilities in bad mineralized ground. Of course, if it's a low mineralized ground, everything looks good. But the problem comes when you have a high mineralized ground and the targets, they start to be masked, and we need a better target ID system for that.
Yeah, here in Florida, our soil is pretty neutral, or there's no mineralization in the land of dirt hunting. The only problem we have is, salt water, and
Yes.
and your detector ID is pretty darn good on that. So, no complaints there. Did you have any other questions coming through, Joss?
Nothing, and I'm wondering how we're doing on the prizes. Just
The
curious.
prizes, Jeff looks like he's busy working over there.
Yeah, we've got. I'm going to call a couple more names because a couple people must not have been watching. And other than that, I think we got it.
Yeah.
So let's see here. We are looking for Lawnmower Man 219 and Shannon Bortner.
I know Lawnmower Man's going to text right away because I saw him on there.
I don't
Yeah.
know online.
Well, I see Shannon Bortner, but they got to follow the rules.
Got to do it. That's Chuck.
Does he want to repeat the rules?
Everybody knows the rules. They got to text with their name.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
or messenger with your name within allotted time. So we're going to give a couple more minutes because Demeter's got lots of good info to give.
Yes.
Absolutely. So Demeter, when you were
called your name, do it.
in Antigua, you flew there, of course. Any trouble packing your detector?
No, we pass through the security very easy, and everything is in one backpack. And I didn't see any issues going through the security checkpoints. And sounds like in these days, all officers, they recognize the metal detectors, and I didn't see any issues with it.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Jeff, Chuck, and Nancy are here.
Okay.
So that's Lawnmower Man. So that's that one.
Yep. You're
And,
looking for Shannon Bortner.
Yeah, and I think, with traveling with your detector, I think if you're going to tourist destinations, most of the time they're used to it. They've seen them before. They know what it is, and it shouldn't be.
And it's a lightweight, and you can put in your backpack, and it's very easy to carry around. And the battery life, it's exceptional. With one fully charged battery, especially in when you're working 9 kilohertz, you have probably around 25 plus hours.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, the battery life on it, because I'm amazed by it. Because it just, I never see it move down on the battery. So I plug the thing in after, 4 or 5 hours, just because I'm afraid, hey, I'm going to be out in the field or at the beach detecting, and it's going to go all dead in 1 second or something. But,
No, it will not. It will not. You have good 25 plus hours at 9 kilohertz, and 18 kilohertz, it can go up to 40.
Okay. And then,
You got one more to get.
Hey, Jeff, somebody came across Dot. Do you have
Yeah, I
him?
got him. I already
Okay.
messaged him. I just got one more we got to get, and I need to get from Jerry Purdy.
And somebody just sent me, who were they sending me? Tom Becker, did you have him?
Nope.
Do you want to call these?
Oh, he's asking a question. Will the detector work in 30-degree weather in Ohio?
Yes, I guarantee actually it works below zero, but I don't think anyone likes to dig a ground when it's in the below 0 Celsius.
Yes, I'm not going detecting it below zero.
Yeah, it will work only what he can experience. The LCD display will become a little bit slower than normal, but the detector it can handle that lower temperature with no problems.
Jimmy Crossbones turned in, but I don't know.
I think Jeff might have the other winner there.
Yep, we got them all.
Can you give us a list?
Okay, so Jeff has got all the winners, so they know the rules, what they have to do. So
Yep.
thank you to Meter for doing that. And I want to get back to the battery life, and also how cheap the batteries are if you need to replace one, because the detector comes with 2 batteries, and if anybody knows me knows that I have a habit of losing things. and I lost one of the batteries. I put it someplace so I wouldn't lose it, and of course it's lost.
Probably
So
in the back room there.
I put it somewhere so I wouldn't lose it. And I went online and I found two replacement batteries, and I think it cost me $12 to get the two batteries in. And
Yes.
anybody who knows battery prices, if they price one for the Excalibur 2, they know they're extremely expensive, like $165 is what a battery costs. So I was pleasantly surprised to get two batteries for $12.63 shipped to me. It just, I don't know why I bought the other two batteries, because that one battery is probably going to be plenty for me to ever use, but I just had to replace the one I lost.
We're providing two batteries only for the US customers, and for the international customers, the detector comes only with one battery.
Yeah. And that battery, it's also the charger that comes with it is USB, so it's real easy to charge that thing anywhere you plug your phone into, or in your car, you could charge it. So
And
it
it's
is.
a field replaceable battery on the top of that. And if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and if the battery dies, you can replace it very easy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was another comment when I showed the detector to Cliff and Dewey, who have that. They said, "Oh, he's got the new cap on it." So I don't know what that was all about, but they must have told you something about the cap, the battery cap.
At some point, we replaced the battery compartment, and right now the old detectors, they come with the machine aluminum battery compartment.
Yes. So maybe when you first start selling, they didn't have that.
No, we didn't, and we start with the plastic version,
Okay. Well, this has
which is
got
perfectly fine. It will handle the IP68 and is designed for that, but the aluminum, it's kind of more rigid, and this is
yeah.
why we decide to go to aluminum.
Right, and it's got a nice seal on it, and to replace it takes all of 10 seconds to unscrew it and put the battery back in it. So, piece of cake. That
Yeah.
is a good feature. You done over there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm done.
Should we announce all the winners?
Yeah. Do you want
You'll
to?
get a long email tomorrow, Demeter.
So, did you want to announce the list of winners, Jeff, real quick?
Okay. Let's see. Okay, we have Al Audit, Jerry Purdy, Derek Rogers, Eric Schaefer, Janine DeMar, Eric Cowan, Scott Dahl, Dan Graham, Lawnmower Man, Chuck and Nancy, and we have Shannon Bortner.
All right.
So that was 10 of them.
That was 10, and that went so fast. Normally, they must have been glued to the computer or their phones tonight, because normally it takes a little while to
Yeah,
get
it does.
get.
Well, they all want to look as good as you, Phil.
Oh, they do. They want to be rocking this look.
That's
So
right. They're gonna
it's
rock
slimming.
and that was the thing that we had, Demeter. They have to use the phrase all the time, in any of our giveaways to enter. And the phrase they had to use was Tarsacci rocks and rolls. And if you want to look like a rock star, this is how you do it.
Great. I really
Absolutely.
like it the way you promote it.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So let me ask you this question: how many of these detectors have you sold in the U.S. market?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to sell a lot too, but folks got to come in and check it out. Of course, mine is on display there, and I've got the 12-inch coil on it now. So if you want an extremely deep detector for hunting, especially in the winter time when we're hunting in sanded in beaches, or if you're going over where Jeff was at, over on the Treasure Coast, and they're sanded in, this thing will go down a couple feet or more on a target. Now, digging it out is going to require something else. You're going to have to buy a real nice heavy duty scoop that you can dig it out with. And of course, we have those in stock, and we can fix you up on that. And we also have them with carbon fiber handles, so they match the detector, because the detector is all carbon fiber. Isn't that correct? Demeter?
Yes, it's a full carbon fiber. It's a molded carbon fiber S handle, molded carbon fiber armrest. Only the enclosure is plastic for the electronics.
Yeah, so it's really lightweight, and if you come out with a smaller coil, you'll probably sell them to a lot of ladies still.
Can someone order a hat and shirt or shirt?
Can someone order a hat or shirt is the question.
Yes,
Okay, so that's available from Demeter. You can go to your website. Is it
Yeah,
Tarsacci.com?
yes, it's at Tarsacci.com, and there's a links to info at Tarsacci, and anyone can send a request through
Yeah.
that link.
All righty. And yeah, it's Tarsacci.com, and they can request it info@Tarsacci.com.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I email you too. So that works out great. And if he doesn't get back to you right away, he'll get back to you the next day. Isn't that correct?
Yes, I usually try to respond to all of our customers, and if there is some issues, we try to resolve it as fast as possible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love my Tarsacci. So come in the shop, take a look at that. Now, and next Thursday, Jocelyn's getting her knee surgery. So I don't know what my schedule is going to be like the week after or a week or two after that. So just be sure always to give me a call first before you come. I know Joe will be there, but his wife has just gotten out of Moffitt Cancer Center. She had a bone marrow transplant, so our schedules are going to be kind of squirrely the next probably next few weeks before things get
Just
back to
call
normal.
first.
Just give me a call first if you can. And of course, my phone number is in the background there, 237-1939. And Jeff, you look busy over there. What you working on?
Oh, I just had some people asking about the special show next Sunday night. They thought it was at 8 o'clock, and it's not. It's at 7 as our
Okay.
normal time.
Good to remember. Good.
Good to know. Alrighty, well, I think I'm all through all my questions. Did you want to talk about anything, Demeter?
I really like to answer any questions what the customers have, and I like to say thank you to all of our customers, and it's our main goal is to have good satisfied customers and to have a good lightweight detector in their hands. And over the years, we didn't see so many issues with it, and which is a good sign. And the detector goes deep, and it's a multi-purpose detector, can be used pretty much everywhere. And the main thing we're here in the US is design, manufacture, service in the US.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice to be it's a U.S. company because I know a lot of my customers, they want to buy from a U.S. company. So that's awesome. And it's real easy to get a hold of Demeter. If you have any questions that I can't answer, you can just email them or give them a call. And let's see, what else do we have here?
We only have like 2 minutes.
We got, no, I think it's less than that. Aren't we getting close to the witching hour, Jeff?
Yeah, we got about a minute. So, Demeter, we just can't thank you enough for, coming on the show again. And like I said, you always have an open invitation. Anytime you've got any updates or if you've got a new detector or any kind of new equipment coming out, you just let me know. We'll get you booked for a show. So the first place people will find it is right here on Treasure Talk. And Phil's going to stock it because anything worth stocking, he has in stock.
Yes,
And if
absolutely.
he doesn't have it in stock, you don't need it anyway.
You don't need it. That's the rule. If I don't have it, you don't need it. And I want to say thank you to Meter for coming on here and for doing the giveaways. And hopefully I'll get to see you in Florida up at the Florida Hunt maybe. I'm hoping for that. We could take a little trip up there. It's not that far. How far is it from Tampa, Jeff?
Oh, you're probably about an hour and a half, maybe
Yeah.
2 hours, about that. Be a good road trip.
Yes, it would be. We could do that.
Yeah.
Jocelyn's knee is good.
When is it?
It's in February. And as long as it's
You should
nice
be
weather.
ready to go dancing.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, Jeff owes me a dance.
Yeah, Jeff owes her a dance.
Okay, well, I've been known to do the gator, so what are you going to do?
All righty. Well, thank you, Demeter, and thank you, Jocelyn, and thank you, Jeff, and thank you all of our fans out there in Treasure Talk World, and all the people on Facebook and YouTube. It's been fun always.
Yep, it
Thank
has
you.
been, and pretty soon you winners are going to be looking sharp.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
looking thin,
Ben.
rocking the Tarsacci black.
I mean, you can do it. You can do it with a Tarsacci outfit.
Yes, and you can find more gold with the Tarsacci.
Right. So
This
you
for sure.
fine when they take your
treasure.
picture to the newspaper.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Demeter.
Thank you, Demeter.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure to be at the show, and we'll see you again.
Yes,
Yep,
we'll sell a lot
very
more
soon.
detectors for sure.
And as soon as everybody gets their information into me, you know the drill. You send me your name, address, phone number, and your shirt size to treasuretalkshow@gmail.com, and I will get it to Demeter, and he'll get it out to you. I mean, right away. So you'll be looking fine for Christmas time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Sporting the black.
That's it.
All right, my friends. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
See you guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye now.